number from a CD titled 30th Annual Kamloopa Powwow, Live 2009. And we heard from Chiniki Lake,
outside of Calgary.
Okay, Intertribal. We heard a piece from Chiniki Lake. There you go. That was going out to all of you fabulous Moccasin Telegraph listeners. Yes. Now, we've been talking, Duane Goodstriker has joined me today on Moccasin Telegraph, and we've been talking about, mostly about Occupy movement, but how it relates to everything else that's kind of going on in society. And Duane, you have an event to tell us about, because last night, was it, they shut down
LA.
the camp?
No, they shut down the camp last Thursday.
Last Thursday,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
begging your pardon.
So, yeah, they shut down LA and Philadelphia last night. There's probably a couple of major cities left, but everybody's regrouping.
Okay.
And there's going to be a global event for Occupy movements all over the world, and it's going to happen on Saturday, December 3rd.
Okay.
And here in Edmonton, they're going to be assembling at the Alberta Legislature at 1 p.m., and the theme globally is Occupy Climate. Because of the United Nations meeting in Durban, South Africa, COP, Convention of the Parties, which means basically all the United Nations members coming together to talk about climate change and how it is affecting everything. So there's a big division down there, and Alberta is like the biggest country in denial on Earth in regards to what emissions are and how they are affecting everything.
Yes.
You know, so there should be so anyway, back to the event. It's going to be a whole bunch of good speakers, and it's going to happen globally. So you're going to see different things going on at different locations in major cities, especially in North America here, because of oil. Right. And what it's doing to us, and how we can change our attitudes. That's the general public in total, in the big picture. But it's an important thing. So anybody who's out there listening or wants to call in and talk about that, we have a few minutes left.
You do.
But I encourage you to come out Saturday and stand in solidarity with the people of the earth, which is the 99% who do not have the control that the 1% has to kill us all.
Yes.
That's really
in the name of money.
Yeah, in the name of money.
It is, really. Yeah. There's nothing else. There is no other... there isn't any higher ideal to any of them. And that's the sad thing.
Jesus was the first guy to really call out money.
Yeah.
He went into the Temple of Solomon and he went after all the money changers and chased them out.
Yeah.
And, of course, at that time, the 1% went to Caesar and said, look, hey, come on, we can't have this. It's going to mess up our system. So, Jesus paid the ultimate price, but he was really doing it from his heart for the people, right? And we have to get back to that we can do the right thing for everybody and everything on this planet. We all have to move toward that direction. It's possible.
Yeah.
It's totally possible, so...
And we have, I think the other thing, too, is that just thinking of the whole Jesus thing, that we have in our midst always people who are wise, people who are connected, who are spiritually more profound than many of us. And those people could, if given a voice and an ear, could help. But it seems every time we do get some kind of folk hero that the 1% doesn't like, because all of a sudden they start telling you about the way it really is, and then we all lift our heads from our boob tubes and go, what?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And by the way, there's no boob tubes on an Occupy site. So that's where I'm going, because I have hated the television for bloody years.
Well, I'm a boob tuber myself. I need to know what these fools are trying to do next, right? And it is all propaganda by the media, especially the media. But, on the other hand, they're so readable. You can easily predict what's going to go down next because of how they set things up. Like right now in Miramar, from formerly Burma. Hillary Clinton's there.
Right.
She's visiting with the lady that got out of prison after 22 years.
Right, and Choi.
And Suk Yin or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's one of my heroes.
Mine too.
So they're having their nice cozy talk and whatnot. And basically, if we didn't have media, people wouldn't kind of be thinking about saying, hey, that's the one that was in there for 22 years and now the USA wants to talk to them after 50 years of not even stepping foot in the country. So what's going to happen next? What's going on really here?
Right.
So, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, so we're not going to get Mr. Goodstriker's prediction on that one?
No, Hillary, no, she's a different story. We'll save that for next week.
Okay. That sounds excellent. Okay, please don't forget, at the Legislative Grounds this Saturday, December 3rd, 1 o'clock, it's Occupy Climate. So nobody has a right to be uninvolved because in actuality, every single one of us has lived in the climate since we came out of our mother's womb.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a place we should all respect and work towards leaving it clean for the next generation. Now, also in connection, we did not talk an awful lot about Ottawapiskat. I'm sorry, my mispronunciation.
No, you got it right.
But this is an issue that I will not let sleep. I actually started off this year writing to Laurie Horn, my MP, asking him what he was going to do about making sure that every citizen of Canada had running water this year, and he wrote me back and said that they were going to find out what was happening to the money that they'd already promised and blah, blah, blah. You know, stuff like that. Like, it's not, he doesn't care if they don't have a drink of water.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't live without water. So, we are going to stay on the case of any politician that we possibly can, and along that line, next Saturday, that is not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday, the 10th of December, Moccasin Telegraph, along with another wonderful young volunteer who's helping me, we're going to host a Right for Your Rights at the room next door to the station, at room 0-10 in the sub. And you can come and we'll help you or provide materials or other ways for you to write to your MP, write and complain about people not having access to running water and sanitation, not having proper housing, write about anything that is dear to your heart.
And the time?
That is booked from 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. And that's the 10th of December. So your Saturdays are getting booked because next Saturday, this coming Saturday, the 3rd of December, is Occupy Climate down at the Ledge at 1. And then next Saturday at room 0-10 in the sub, Moccasin Telegraph and whoever else wishes to join us will be hosting a Right for Your Rights. We're going to write letters to complain about why any community should have been ignored so long that they had to declare a state of an emergency when you're right in the heart of one of the
richest countries on earth.
Richest countries on earth.
You know, a simple solution for that. We go after the corporations that produce concrete. We go after the corporations that produce lumber. We go after corporations that produce everything that build a house.
Uh-huh.
And tell them, look, make yourself look good this winter when the roads freeze up. Send everything up there. Build a complete sustainable community in 6 months.
Yeah.
And you've started a solution to everybody's problem.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
You know, it's all
and
it
if
is
you
is
had
forward thinking.
Exactly, and all you need is a handful of those across the country.
Yeah, I think there's one here in town. It's called Melcor.
Oh.
They do that kind of stuff.
Okay, good. So we can all write to Melcor and ask them when will they be shipping stuff up to Northern Alberta so we can help get our First Nations people in our...
Well, not only First Nations, but everybody globally.
But, yeah, everybody.
Look at Thailand. There's half of it's underwater. They got to start thinking about how to elevate areas of their country so that they can survive the next 10 feet of ocean that's going to rise.
Yeah,
and it's
that's very
happen.
true.
You can't stop Mom.
That's the truth. So, you've been listening to Moccasin Telegraph. We've been graced with Duane Goodstriker's presence, and I believe that Duane is going to come back as often as he can.
I will if you call me Sootaanaah.
Sootaanaah.
And I'll be here all through the winter with you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Sootaanaah.
All right.
Okay, we're going to go out listening to a little bit of Red Bull. And I'm going to butcher a little of your language, as I do every week, just to remind you of the words of the late, great Jack Layton. Pakoseyumawin, sakeetawin, mio mamitaneyechikan, which I hope is understandable to mean hope, love, and optimism.
Mewasen. That's good.
Examaga. Next week.